YouTube was good. It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Hey, if this your first time tuning in, go ahead and hit the doggone subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Every time I post up new content. Yes, I did this a month ago. And yes, I got on the same shirt that I had on a month ago when I talked about this same subject. But this time around, I'm revisiting this one, this particular subject, with a question. Why the fuck did it take so goddamn long? 49 years to be exact. That it took y'all that damn long to be like, oh, this is this is wrong to do. Right? But then I think about it, and then I look at these other documentaries that I've seen in times past, right? Especially one that actually really comes up to mind is they call it the Alpha 21. If you haven't seen it, uh, check that out. Because basically all what the hell it was talking about is abortion, Planned Parenthood. You know, it was pretty much the whole deal where that, okay, since with, once the whole slavery thing ended, then you got all these people, right? And you ain't got nothing to do with them. You can't slave so-called slavery is over with, right? Uh, so now you got to turn all these people loose, right? And then then it's like, okay, well, where the fuck we gonna go now, right? And so you try to, then you go out there, you make it for yourself or whatever, right? But the whole deal is, right? Now we got all these people that we can't do shit with, right? So laws were put in place. We don't need these motherfuckers reproducing, right? So I mean, now, great the fact. So even back then, it was with birth control, right? You take your little pill or whatever, and then I guess apparently that wasn't working, right? Or people didn't actually really want to take birth control pills or whatever, right? So then it comes out where that, okay, well, they okay, somebody say, okay, well, these motherfuckers, they ain't putting on no damn condoms, they ain't taking no pills, so they reproducing, right? And so now it's like, well, what the hell can we do just in case they feel like they done fucked up, you know? So it is like, uh, and, they do this whole abortion thing, so they make it into law, right? Now, my whole deal is, and I believe I said this once before, the person, and I can't remember if it was actually like Roe or Wade, but it was one of them that was like, okay, they had a child, the woman had a child or whatever, right? And then she had an abortion, or at least that's the way that the motherfucking song goes, right? So they made this huge big thing out of it, right? And then just like with everything else, hook, line, and motherfucking sinker, you know? They got you with the motherfucking bullshit bait, pulled your ass up out the water, and you flipping and flopping around like it's nobody's business, right? So the thing, it's like, okay, I'm just trying to figure out why did it take so goddamn long for everybody to like really realize that, okay, look, abortion is fucked up. You don't need to be, I mean, because you gotta look at it like this. When when you look at it from the powers that be or the powers that shouldn't be standpoint, they try to get rid of us any goddamn way. And when I just say us, I'm not actually really just talking about black folks. Anybody that they feel that, hey, guess what? Y'all just taking up space. You taking up space. We tired of giving you motherfuckers money every month because you're too goddamn lazy to actually really go out there and do it for yourself. Right? So they put shit like this in place, right? Thinking that, oh, you done fucked up. All you gotta do is go down to the clinic, whatever, get your abortion, and then everything is kosher. Or either that, then that, or you do like the morning, what is that? The morning after pill or whatever. And see, that's another thing too, right? Yeah, that got overturned, right? But what about all this shit that's already out there? They gonna take the morning after pill down? Are they gonna take that down from the shelves? Right? Or they gonna let it sit there? I mean, because I'm just saying, right? Killing is killing, regardless how early or how late you do it. Right? But just like I say, be like what my grandma used to tell me. She said, boy, look, you're going to be out there, put your boots and shoes on. That way you ain't got to worry about it. Don't do shit that you know that you ain't motherfucking ready for. Right? So, like, the whole, so, okay, yeah, like I said, that got overturned. It put like this. It never should have been put into play in the first goddamn place. If you ask me, it should have never been put into play. Because it's just for the simple fact, hey, guess what? Somebody gave your dumb ass, and when I say dumb ass, I'm talking about you motherfuckers that's actually like really pissed off because it's the got overturned, right? But my whole deal is somebody, you put like this, your parents didn't terminate your ass. So what makes you, who are you to actually really terminate a life before it even gets started? I mean, who are you really? Right? You can't make that goddamn call. I'm sorry. What a lot of y'all do, a lot of y'all have. So now my question, okay, like I said, the one question, I'm like, okay, why the fuck did it take so goddamn long? I mean, this was 49 years ago. So just think about all of the abortions from 1973, it might have been January 73, up until this point, right? They just actually stop and think about all of the babies that got aborted. 9 times out of 10, you could have had, I'm just going to put it out there. You killed a whole bunch of basketball players, football players, boxers, anybody that actually really loves to entertain. You killed off a lot of doctors. think they're doing this. Oh, okay, hold on. What you got there, David? So, yep, yep. You know, so, but my deal is, out of all of that, out of the 49-year period, you people were allowed to actually really kill off kids that you didn't even give them no chance, right? You didn't get, you just like, okay, you was at 9 times out of 10, you was at the club, or what I like to say, you was young and hot in the ass, right? So you dropped your drawers and old boy didn't pull out in time, right? And then there it is, right? So my whole deal is, out of 49 years, you'd have killed off a lot of doctors, lawyers, everything imaginable. Hell, and I hate to say it, killed off some criminals as well, right? Rapists, pedophiles, you name it. All that got killed off. But the whole deal is this. Whatever the end result was going to be, y'all will never know that because, again, you're too busy worried about you for the most part. And so so yeah, I'm actually like really glad that they overturned it. Just like I said, they should have put like this, it should have never been in play in the first goddamn place. If you grown enough to drop your drawers, right? And goddamn it, be grown enough to handle your motherfucking responsibility. And just like what I said, I know a lot of motherfuckers gonna be like, well, what if I get raped? Okay, here's how you counter that, right? Keep your motherfucking ass at home, right? And then if you just gotta go out some damn well, stop wearing them come fuck me shorts or anything that you know that's too tight on your damn body. That's how you cut. That's how you fix all that shit. And then 9 times out of 10, a lot of the motherfuckers that holler about they got raped, 9 times out of 10, that probably wasn't the goddamn case. Now I do know, I will say this much: people doing the get raped. I got that. But what person that you know right today, what woman that you know right today that don't get raped and not try to seek medical attention? Or for that part, they're going to be like, well, this was meant for me to happen, so I'm going to keep the baby. No. Just know that some things will come in your life and Yahweh will test your ass just to see what you're going to do or not. It's going to be a test to be like, okay, well, let me see how dumb this motherfucker really is. Right? So if you get raped, carry your ass in the motherfucking hospital. Tell these motherfuckers, hey, look, I just got raped. I don't know who the fuck did it. Right? Or it could be just for some fact, hey, I got a good look at him. Right? But again, I just look at it like this, I just think like today, you got, like I said, unless somebody slips some shit in your drink, and then that's only gonna happen if you go to the club, or hell, you really ain't gotta go to the club. You be over somebody's house, and they may slip you something. But here's the deal: this is why, if you gotta go to the bathroom, you carry your shit with you. And again, you ain't got to worry about it. So I don't need to hear this shit about, well, what if I get raped? No. Whatever, get your ass killed. And it's just for the simple fact, right? You know, it's like what I said earlier. Okay, you get raped. Okay, carry your ass to the damn hospital. Right? Get that out of you. Right? Because like I say, out of everybody that's been raped, they don't walk around with that shit in them. So that's my whole spiel. My whole deal is, I tend to look at this whole Roe versus Wade bullshit the exact same way that I look at a lot of other shit. As far as like, okay, like why the fuck are we steady having first? Why are we still having the first motherfucking first female vice president, first anything that you feel like, okay, hey, this is supposed to be land of the free, home of the brave, right? But we steady having first on in a lot of shit. Land of opportunity, but we steady having first this, first that, first the other, right? A land that is supposed to be without discrimination. And that's exactly what the fuck it is. Motherfuckers still getting discriminated against. But this supposed to be the greatest country in the world. Okay, I got it. Fuck games as usual. But in either case, like I said, I'm glad they overturned that shit. Should have never been in play in the first goddamn place. Right? And I will always ask this damn question. Why the fuck did it take so damn long to get this shit overturned in the first place? Or is it something more than what the fuck that they telling us? Who knows? They might was gonna cut this shit off in 49 years in the first place. Because here's the deal. This is what the fuck you actually really gotta really stop and think about. All of this shit that was actually really going down in 1973. Okay? On top of this whole Roe versus Wade thing that's supposedly happened. Guess what else was happening during that same time frame? Homosexuality was being taken off of the books, and it was no longer classified as a mental disorder. Right? And so here's the deal. So let's really look at this. Roe versus Wade is legal. They take homosexuality off of the motherfucking books. It's no longer classified as a mental disorder. So you can run free. You can sword fight. You can do all that shit. Because you already know ain't nothing finna be produced from that aspect. So again, population control, we're going to make abortion illegal. Population control, homosexuality is no longer classified as a mental disorder. And then with technology being like how it is, Back in the day, you had your blow up doll. Now they act like really got shit that look and feel like the real damn deal. So if you really don't want to be bothered with no actual woman, you go buy one. And guess what? You can't have no child with it. So again, population control. So so again, you gotta look at it. Let's really look at this, right? Population control. Homosexuality is no longer on the books no more, right? And then anything else that they can get you with, right? So they probably felt like now, like, so again, time progress, right? Homosexuality, transgender, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? Is bigger now than what it ever was. Now you got people thinking like, oh, well, guess what? Yeah, I know I was born a boy, but I don't like being a boy no more. So when I get old enough, I'm gonna go get my dick cut off, and I'm gonna start taking estrogen pills, right? But again, they got you. Population control. So now, you know, and then again, all of this, ain't this supposed to be like, ain't this like Gay Pride Month or some shit, right? So again, it's populate. Again, these motherfuckers done figured out, like, okay, look, it's just like what that one thing on that one song where the man said, I think I'll turn it off right here. Right? And so that's what they did with the whole abortion law, right? Because 9 times out of 10, they probably said, well, look, we gonna make this shit illegal. Make you motherfuckers actually really think twice before you drop your drawers. Right? And then depending on, say depending on, put like this, I applaud anybody, especially during this day and age, and you call yourself want to have kids, knowing what the fuck is out there. And I can't do that but just give it up for you, because ain't no way in hell that I would want to bring a child up in this madness. Because that's exactly what the fuck it is. But just like I said, somebody somewhere then probably figured out, okay, you know what? It's more them than it is regular folk. So guess what? Let's go and shut this shit down, right? Because again, why did it, here's there, that's why I keep asking the question. Why did it take so goddamn long? You gotta actually really stop and look at what else was happening in 1973. Once y'all figure that out, then you'll understand, hey, no, this shit was meant to last as long as it did. Because they couldn't cut the shit off 10 years ago. Or, just like what I said, the shit should have never been into play in the first goddamn place. Well, what the fuck do I know? I'm just a crazy ass uncle, right? That if I look at something long enough, I'm gonna call bullshit on it. And this, like I said, is straight up bullshit. Because again, and I hate to sound like old broke ass rocker, but why you take so goddamn long to put this back to knock it out of play. So, with that being said, hey, before I go any further, right? Once again, my book, AR-670-Harris, My Life in the United States Army, is out on Amazon.com. Type book by Curtis Harris. It'll pop up. It's only 96 pages. It's a good read. You know, hell, it's a good read. Shit, I wrote it, right? So, but everybody else that has bought the book, they've been telling me how good of a read it is. So yeah. So if you watch this or any other videos that I did previous, because I think I've been talking about it ever since then. So go out, get your copy, read it, tell me what you think. So with that being said, hey, guess what? Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dad, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door across the street around the corner. Paulus Harris, a.k.a. Crazy Uncle. Till next time.